Have you ever noticed that everybody shoots Portra 400? Why? No one knows, no one's ever said why, but we're here today at the Botanical Gardens in Brisbane. I'm going to be shooting Fuji Pro400h. I'm going to prove to the world that it's better than Portra 400. Let's load it up. We're going to be inside an amazing greenhouse. I'm looking for some visually layered scenes to shoot on Miami 645. Let's go. How do I load it again? Oh. What's happening?
It's Fuji.
Oh. Clean?
Does it feel more Japanese?
Honestly, it does. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Japanese.
Whoa. Now, I'm metering with the internal meter. I'm looking for a middle grey. It is a spot meter, so I'm looking around, I'm looking for middle grey, and just metering off whatever I think looks kind of like middle grey. Usually things like grass and like trees and stuff is middle grey in your black and white, but I imagine that concrete is pretty middle grey. So I'm going to meter for like the concrete this time. Now I want to go inside and check out what it looks like in there, in that dome. Still looking for visual layers. Layers and layers and layers and layers and layers. It's like layers of clothing if you're a person. Like you would wear, if you were cold, you would wear like 3 layers of clothing. But in a photo, you can't really have temperature, so I want a cold photo, but make it warm. So layers, that's what layers are all about. Just make sure that you know that. Here's the exit.
Red means stop.
I think I'm going to do a lap first and then I'll choose what photos I want to take. So here we are. There's a lake right behind me. Actually, maybe it's an ocean, but I really like the contrast between, like, it's a dark lake and then we've got a bright sky behind there. I'm going to take a look. Just a simple photo of the whole thing from like maybe back here, just to show where we are, kind of establish the area, and then I'll go in and get more details. And, you know, it's just so I can tell the whole story of the area. Whoa! Look down there.
How many layers are there?
That's pretty much no layers. Oh wait. There's lots of layers. I took a real simple shot there at a kind of an oblique angle, and just a little bit of the railing pointing towards what is essentially just one texture. I'm really interested in like oblique angles of really normal shit these days. So I think I'm going to really like that photo. If it's exposed well, and even if it isn't, I don't even care. Crazy contrast there. Within the room it's really dark, so there's going to be like a really bright front area, and I'm just opening the blinds to a really dark area, and it's actually a light, the light in the top of the frame, so I think that's going to be a really cool one. It would look like, it's one of those photos that would look really nice in black and white, and then to have colour is just the icing on the cake. I like icing and I like cake. So there's 11 shots left. Let's take this one. Maybe I don't take that. It's like not actually that bad. Oh.
It's pretty nice.
Now that I've looked through the lens, that's a shot.
Is there any icing?
There's some icing. There's fish here. 2 shots. Boom. Bam. This never happens, I swear. Can you walk through this section here? And I'll take a photo of you walking through. Cool photo of Beau right there, scratching his leg. Sometimes you just get to scratch your leg, I don't know, it sometimes happens. It's part of life, so you get a photograph. also popped off my feet to continue my series of my own feet. I like usually doing it on my iPhone, those type of photos, because it's really quick and easy. But I'm kind of at the moment just seeing what it looks like on this medium format film, whether I like it more or worse. I love the way here how the lines of the light underneath there kind of like, they feel kind of sharp and weird and eerie. It's kind of like an interesting visual. And then behind that, there's like this green leaf shape outside. So if I can get both of them in, they're kind of like a nice repeating pattern, repeating feeling in both sections of the photo. And then the top half is just going to be like bright. You'll have light, sharpness, and scariness along with some.
You're trying to say
serene light.
layers?
Oh, or layers. That's what I'm thinking about, layers here. That's what I was trying to say. 3 layers, 1 photo. I think it's important to have a light meter for shots like that where, like your camera, I don't really trust this camera that well. I mean, it's a really good light meter and it's done me well so far. But I think something like a light meter is important to have just for that peace of mind. So let's leave this amazing space. Unless I find some other way. Look at these stairs. That's a photo of the entry from where you stand as you're about to go to the exit. If that's not poetry, I've never read a poetry book, and I've only read Pablo Neruda, and that was in Spanish, so who knows. That was it. I love fish, man. Look at them, they're so cool. My shutter speed there was at 1/30th of a second. I'm really testing the limits these days on how slow I can have the shutter and still hand hold it. Honestly, I feel like 130 is the absolute limit for me at least. But I really haven't noticed that much shakiness, and I've been really sending it for the past like 3 or 4 rolls. Just because it's always dark everywhere I want to go. And this 400 speed film just isn't good enough for these dark areas. Outside. Okay, we got 4 more shots. Let's find some more water and some more nice light. Pop off some layered scenes. This is the story of the video, is layers, okay?
Ogres?
So layers.
Ogres.
This camera has layers. It has a lens, it has a film back, it has a prism finder, and it's got a magnifier. The layer of this story is I don't want the magnifier on there, but it's glued on so I can't take it off. That's eBay, classic piece of eBay knowledge. Anyway, ogres have layers too, let's go. I just had a deja vu, that's weird. I heard a lot about Fuji Pro400h. I'm assuming that it's a little bit less saturated than Portra 400 from what I've seen. That's literally just a vibe that I have. But I'm interested to see how the greens look compared to the Portra greens. I really like the Portra greens, but I've seen a lot of like Pro 400h stuff recently, some Fuji stuff that looks a little bit less like bright and candy looking and more like dirty and grimy looking. So I'm interested in seeing if I can capture that. I'm interested in seeing if the photos that I've taken today embody that griminess that I've seen in Fuji films before. It might not, but like because maybe I'm wrong. My favorite grass is the grass you can step on with your feet. Okay, middle of this video we got a grass review. I'm going to step on all these bits of grass and tell you which one I like the most. Best grass definitely between Tiff Tuff and Shade Tuff. They're the official scientific names. Shade Tuff, Tiff Tuff, Shade Tuff. Shade Tuff's better.
Shade Tuff looks better.
It's better in every way.
Somersault.
I really like those kind of photos that seem like overwhelming when you look at them. Like just heaps and heaps and heaps of textures, heaps of repeated shapes. And just like real simple graphical photos. So for this one I wanted, the trees and then that tiny yellow leaf in there. And I looked up and I saw the path in the background, and I was like, okay, that's nice, but I wanted to get back to the essence of what I wanted out of the photo, which was that simple, overwhelming shot. So, you know, I moved back down and just got the grass, or the leaves, or whatever they're called. It's easy to get distracted sometimes by cool things in the background, but stay true to what you wanted out of the photo and you get what you wanted. Okay, last shot of the day. I'm going to savor it. I'm going to sit in this little area down here, not feeding the birds, until I'm ready to take it. That bird spoke to me right there.
It's a duck.
That duck spoke to me right there. Ducks are birds. Okay, that's the end of our time here at the Botanical Gardens. I think it's a really beautiful place. I'm definitely going to come back here a couple more times. I really liked the dome area, like the greenhouse area. Specifically, I love that shot at the bottom of the stairs. And that shot of the duck at the end there, to what I remember it as was, you know, it was a beautiful, quiet moment. I noticed a duck coming up to me and walking away. Really, it was swimming away. But I got it in this moment of like, it doesn't look perfect, it doesn't look beautiful, it's doing something, you know, it's streaking out of the water. It's kind of at a weird angle away from me, which just kind of felt like the way that I feel sometimes in social situations or when I'm meeting people. So I think that was kind of poetic and nice. You guys already know that Fuji 400h is better than Portra 400 for two reasons. First, it says Pro in the name, Pro 400h, professional. Secondly, it's like $20 more expensive, 5-pack. So it has to be better, there's no denying that. Let's unload it and we'll go through the experience of sealing a packet of Fuji food. Everybody put your ears on. Oh. Hey, Japanese writing. I like that. Lift tab to reveal self-adhesive tape and wrap band around roll. Oh, back here? Yeah, here we go. Lifting. Then I go this way. Oh my god. Alright, that's it. Alright, that's it. Kodak sucks. Straight up. You can't make film and not have that be the experience.
Would you say Kodak's left a bad taste in your mouth? Well